Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome back to my class. In previous lecture, we started chapter 9, that is benefit cost analysis and public sector economics, and covered few topics. First, we defined what we mean by a public sector project. Then we explained differences in public and private sector projects, and we learned how to calculate B over C ratio for a single project in previous chapter. Now in this lecture, we learn how to select better of two alternatives using benefit cost analysis method and how to select best of multiple alternatives using B over C method. So let's go through quickly what we did in previous lecture. So first of all, we started with public sector project. So a public sector project is a product, service, or system that is used, financed, and owned by the citizens of any government level. Mean the project is for general public, their well-being, and the funding is being provided by the government out of public money, like taxpayers, any levies or fees, or by issuing bonds to collect money from the general public. And the main differences between public sector and private sector projects are on the basis of size, life, annual cash flows, sources of funds, rate of interest. Obviously, it is lower for public sector projects as compared to private sector projects. And selection criteria for public sector project is multiple because they are politically inclined and environment is politically based. So we need to consider multiple criteria rather than just focusing on economic criteria like benefit cost analysis or rate of return analysis. But on the other hand side, in case of private projects, companies or evaluators only need to focus on economic criteria. Then we define what we mean by DBOMF contracts. So these are design, build, operate, maintain, and finance contracts. In such kind of contracts, the government hire a contractor and make a contract with him or her to do everything at his or her own. And once the project is completed, the contractor will hand over the key of the premises to the government that everything is ready to start the project. Like from design to finance, everything is responsibility of the contractor. And we have another type of contract that is known as DBOM, means design, build, operate, and maintain. Except financing, everything is responsibility of the contractor in such kind of project. Then we discussed benefit cost ratio for single project. Like for calculating benefit cost ratio, we need to focus on three components: benefits, disbenefits, and costs. Benefits are advantages to the public of any project in terms of money, and disbenefits are disadvantages to the public in terms of money. And costs are expenditures borne by the government to start that project. And in case of savings, we need to subtract savings from costs. And the conventional B over C ratio is benefits minus disbenefits divided by cost. And in case of modified B over C ratio, what we do, we consider costs in numerator, but on the other hand side, in denominator we use initial investment. And the formula for modified B over C ratio is benefits minus disbenefits minus operating and maintenance cost divided by initial investment. Then we have profitability index, and in profitability index we don't consider disbenefits because profitability index is generally used by private sector companies and for private sector projects, not for public sector projects, because public sector projects are for well-being of public, and these benefits are an important component of public sector projects. So if we consider these benefits, profitability index would become exactly equal to the modified P over C ratio. So the formula for calculation of profitability index is net cash flows divided by initial investment, and net cash flows is equal to benefits minus cost. Now the selection criteria for the projects on the basis of benefit cost analysis and profitability index is that if benefit cost ratio and profitability index is greater than or equal to 1, project is acceptable. If benefit cost ratio or profitability index is less than 1, project is not feasible. Then we discussed few examples related to benefit cost ratio. Now, the next topic that we're going to discuss today is how to select alternative using incremental benefit cost analysis, or means how to select an alternative when we have two or more than two alternatives available. So the technique to compare two mutually exclusive alternatives using benefit cost analysis is virtually the same as that for incremental rate of return analysis we used in chapter 8. The incremental B over C ratio, which is identified as delta B over C, is determined using present worth, annual worth, or future worth calculations. The higher cost alternative is justified if incremental benefit cost ratio is equal to or larger than 1. The selection rule is as I explained earlier in case of B over C analysis. So this is same in case of incremental benefit cost ratio analysis. If incremental benefit cost ratio is greater than or equal to 1, we should choose the highest cost alternative because extra cost is being justified. If incremental B over C ratio is less than, we will choose the lower cost alternative. Then to perform a correct incremental B over C analysis, it is required that each alternative be compared only with another alternative for which the incremental cost is already justified. It means we have to compare alternatives in pairs as we're doing in rate of return analysis. Then there are two dimensions of incremental B over C analysis that differ from the incremental ROR method in chapter 8. We already know that the first, all costs have a positive sign in the B over C ratio. On the other hand side, costs were having negative sign in rate of return analysis. And the second is that alternatives must be ordered by increasing equivalent total cost. So we have to order alternatives on the basis of equivalent total cost rather than initial investment. So this equivalent total cost should be in terms of present worth or annual worth. Is that clear for everyone? I hope so. So when selecting from two or more mutually exclusive alternatives, we have three kind of options, like we're having in rate of return analysis, defender, challenger, and do nothing option. So defender is in place system or currently selected alternatives, or you can say this is a lowest cost option. Then challenger is the alternative challenging the defender, means highest cost higher cost option as compared to the defender, or next higher cost option as compared to the defender. Then the do nothing option is status quo system, that company is already being used or already in use. Now guidelines for incremental B over C analysis for two mutually exclusive alternatives are here. So these are two differences basically. Lower total cost alternative is first compared to do nothing. As you can say, the lowest cost option will be the challenger and do nothing will be the defender in that case. If benefit cost for the lower cost alternative is less than 1, the do nothing option is compared to incremental B over C ratio of the higher cost alternative. If both alternatives lose out to do nothing option, do nothing prevails unless overriding needs require selection of one of the alternatives. At times, there may be a situation where you are required to select one of two projects. In that case, we need to compare only these two projects and will not compare with do nothing, because do nothing is not an option. Now, alternative selection using incremental benefit cost analysis for two or more alternatives. Here are a few guidelines. First of all, we need to determine equivalent total cost for each alternative because we need to order alternatives on the basis of equivalent total cost rather than initial investment. So after calculating equivalent total cost, we need to order alternatives by increasing total cost. Then we need to identify benefits and disbenefits for each alternative. If given, otherwise we'll go to step 5. In step 4, we need to calculate B over C ratio for each alternative and eliminate all projects or options with B over C ratio less than 1. For these projects, we do not need to make incremental analysis. In step 5, we need to determine incremental cost and benefits for first two alternatives and calculate incremental B over C ratio. If greater than 1, higher cost alternative is acceptable. If incremental B over C ratio is less than 1, we'll select the lower cost alternative because higher cost option is economically unjustified. Then we'll repeat steps 5 and 6 until only one alternative remains. So these are the 7 steps that we need to follow to perform incremental B over C analysis for two or more mutually exclusive alternatives. Now let's take an example. We need to compare two alternatives using a rate of interest that is 10% and B over C ratio. We are given with two alternatives, X and Y. We have given first cost in terms of dollars, which is 320,000 and 540,000 for X and Y respectively. Then annual cost is 45,000 for X and 35,000 for Y. And benefits per year are 110,000 for X and Y, 150,000 per year. And these benefits are also in terms of years, 20,000 and 40,000 respectively. And life of both options is 10 years and 20 years. Now we need to compare them on the basis of B over C ratio. So here is the solution. First, we need to calculate equivalent total cost on the basis of first cost and annual cost. So we need to convert this initial cost in terms of annual worth. So we'll calculate annual worth of 320 and 540 respectively and add up 45 and 35 to have equivalent total cost of both options. So equivalent total cost of X will be 320,000 into A over P factor for 10% and 10 years plus 45,000. So that would be equal to $97,080. On the other hand side, annual worth cost of Y will be equal to 540,000 into A over P factor for 10% and 20 years plus 35,000. So that would be equal to $98,428. Once we have costs, we are in a position to order these options in terms of increasing cost. So option A has lowest cost, option X has less cost than option Y. So first of all, we'll compare option X with do nothing. So in that case, do nothing is defender and X is challenger. So we need to calculate benefit cost ratio and see whether this is greater than or less than 1. If this is less than 1, we'll eliminate option X and keep do nothing. So B minus D divided by C, 110 minus 110 is benefits for X and 20 is this benefits, 110 minus 20 and 97,080 are cost. So that would be equal to 0.93, which is less than 1. In that case, do nothing is better than option X. So option X economically is not justified. We'll eliminate and compare Y with do nothing. So in case of Y, we need to calculate B over C ratio. That would be equal to 150 minus 45 divided by 98,428. So which is greater than 1.01. In that case, Y is justified economically. We'll eliminate do nothing and select Y. Let's discuss another example. In that case, we have to select one of two alternatives, means in either case you have to select one among X and Y. In that case, do nothing is not an option. So rate of interest is 10% and we need to use incremental B over C ratio. So first of all, we need to calculate annual cost or equivalent total cost. For option X, we have calculated earlier, and option Y, we have also calculated earlier. Here, this is the annual worth or equivalent total cost of option X, $97,080, and option Y, $98,428. Hopefully it's clear. This is the same thing, and we're just posting the amount there rather than making calculation again in the next slide. So this is how we calculated annual worth of project X and annual worth of costs for project Y. Now we need to calculate incremental values, mean incremental benefits, incremental disbenefits, and incremental cost. So incremental benefit will be the difference of both. Y minus X, 150 minus 110. So 40,000 is incremental benefit. And incremental disbenefit will be 45 minus 20, $25,000. Then incremental cost will be 98,428 minus 97,080. This is $1,348. Now we can apply incremental B over C ratio, which is incremental benefit minus incremental disbenefit divided by incremental cost. So 40 minus 25 divided by 1,348. So the result is 11.1. So this is greater than 1. In that case, we can eliminate X because Y is economically justified on the basis of incremental B over C ratio. So we'll continue with Y. Now here is another example. We are given with two alternatives for improving security at a county jail in Travis County, New York. We need to determine which one should be selected based on a B over C analysis and an interest rate of 7% per year and a 10-year study period. So one option is extra cameras and other one is new sensors. First cost of both options is 38,000 and 87,000 respectively. Annual maintenance and operating costs is 49,000 and 64,000. Then benefits per year are 110 and 160,000. And disbenefits for extra cameras are 26,000 and no disbenefits are given for new sensors. Now we need to compare these projects on the basis of B over C analysis. So first of all, we have to calculate their equivalent total cost and compare lowest cost option with the do nothing option. So EC versus do nothing, benefits of extra cameras are 110,000 per year in annual terms. This benefits $26,000 per year in terms of in annual terms, and annual worth of cost is 38,000. Is initial investment, and we need to convert it in annual terms by using A over P factor for 7% and 10 years, and by adding annual expenditures that are 49,000 per year. So that would be A over P factor for 7% and 10 years is 0.14238 when multiplied by 38,000 and added with 49,000 resulted in $54,410. Now we have everything in terms of annual, or annuities. Now we can compare EC with do nothing, or we can calculate benefit cost analysis or benefit cost ratio. So formula is benefit minus disbenefit divided by cost. 110 minus 26 divided by $54,410. So this is 1.54. So the B over C ratio for extra cameras is greater than 1. So this option is economically justified. Now we'll eliminate do nothing and compare extra cameras with new sensors. Now in that case, we need to perform incremental analysis, and we'll calculate incremental benefits, disbenefits, and incremental costs. We have calculated incremental benefits and disbenefits. We can go to the problem and information given. We can see benefits are given, disbenefits are also given. We can calculate it from here. So incremental benefits will be $50,000 and incremental disbenefits will be $26,000 minus 0, or 0 minus $26,000. So it will be minus $26,000 incremental disbenefits as given here. You can see incremental benefit is 50,000 and incremental disbenefit is minus 26,000 because new sensor do not have any disbenefit. Now we can calculate annual worth or equivalent total cost for extra cameras that we calculated in previous slide, and the amount we used here 54,410 from previous slide. And now we have to calculate for extra cameras. We need to convert 87,000 in annual terms by using A over P factor for 7% and 10 years. And then we have to add annual operating expenditures in it. And the resulting amount will be $76,387. Now we can perform incremental B over C ratio for new sensors and extra cameras. So incremental cost benefit ratio will be equal to incremental benefits minus incremental disbenefits divided by incremental cost. Incremental benefit is 50,000, incremental disbenefit is minus 26,000, and incremental costs are $21,997. So incremental B over C ratio is equal to 3.46. This is greater than B over C ratio of extra cameras. In that case, extra investment in new sensors is economically justified and will eliminate extra cameras and select new sensors. So in such cases, first what we have to do, we have to compare lowest cost option with do nothing. In that case, do nothing will be Defender and other lowest cost option will be the Challenger. Once we have compared it with do nothing, then we'll compare it with the other project on the basis of incremental B over C ratio. And then we'll compare incremental B over C ratio with B over C ratio of the previously selected option, whether it is do nothing or lowest cost option. Now, here is another question or exercise that I'm going to explain to you. Comparison of 5 mutually exclusive alternatives is shown. One of them must be accepted, means these are mutually exclusive options or alternatives. Selection of one will lead to rejection of others automatically. According to the B over C ratio, which alternative should be selected? Costs increase from A to E, mean A is the lowest cost option. So we are given with incremental B over C ratio. A versus B 0.75, B versus C 1.4, C versus D 1.3, A versus C 1.1, A versus D 0.2, B versus D 1.9, C versus E 1.2, and D versus E 0.9. Now we need to remember selection criterion first. That is, if incremental B over C ratio is greater than 1, higher cost alternative is viable. If incremental B over C ratio is less than 1, we need to select lower cost alternative. And we have this information given in the question. Cost increase from A to E, means A is the lowest cost option and E is the highest cost option. So when comparing A with B, A will be the Defender and B will be the Challenger. In that case, incremental cost of A cost, incremental benefit cost ratio of A and B, comparing A with B should be greater than 1. If it is less than 1, B should be eliminated because this is challenger and A is defender. So what we did, A versus B, incremental B over C ratio is less than 1, so we eliminated the challenger and we retained the project A. Then we'll compare A with the C. A versus C, incremental B over C ratio is greater than 1. In that case, what we'll do, we'll eliminate A, that is defender, because challenger is economically justified. Now what we need to do, we need to compare C with D. So where is C versus D? Here we have 1.3. So C versus D, 1.3, which is greater than 1. So on the basis of incremental B over C ratio, challenger is justified. So we have to eliminate defender, that is C. Now finally D will be compared with E, and D versus E having incremental B over C ratio 0.9, which is less than 1. In that case, we'll eliminate the challenger and keep the defender, that is D. So on the basis of selection criterion, project D will be selected. Now that was about incremental B over C ratio calculation or incremental B over C analysis of mutually exclusive alternatives. Now let's go through the incremental B over C analysis of independent projects. So independent project comparison doesn't require incremental analysis because in case of independent projects, we can select any number of projects on the subject to the availability of funds. So in that case, we have to compare each alternative's overall B over C ratio with do nothing option. And we do not need to perform incremental analysis in case of independent projects because these are not mutually exclusive alternatives and more than one alternative can be selected at one time subject to availability of the funds. So we'll compare B over C ratio with do nothing option. So if no budget limit, we can accept all alternatives with B over C ratio greater than or equal to 1. So in case of budget limit, specified capital budgeting problem and selection follows different procedures. So we have to see what are the different restrictions in terms of capital budgeting or availability of funds, then decide on the basis of available funds. That's all for this chapter. Sorry, not for this chapter, but for this lecture or this video. And I expect you to go through this video as well as go through the previous video and come up with queries and questions, and I will try to address them in an appropriate way as soon as possible. Till then, stay safe. We'll see you with next video. Allah Hafiz.